On today's AgVenture Stop, we will be visiting the field to learn more about a crop grown across Louisiana. Does anyone know what type of crop this may be? Who thinks this is corn, soybeans, wheat, sugarcane, cotton? For those who guess soybeans, you are correct. From April to May, soybeans are planted across Louisiana in 49 of the 64 parishes. In 2018, 1.3 million acres of soybeans were planted by 2,254 producers. So this means that soybean producers planted roughly 995,000 football fields of soybeans in Louisiana. Once the seed is planted, germination is the first step of a plant's growth from seed. 3 factors are involved with having a seed successfully germinate: adequate soil temperature, moisture, and oxygen. Without one of the 3, it is unlikely for the seed to grow. Each seed has the food and energy it needs to sprout and break through the soil surface. Once the plant emerges from the ground and is healthy, it uses energy from the sun through a process called photosynthesis to grow. All plants that are growing need 3 things to survive: sunlight, water, and air. Or, more specifically, carbon dioxide. Teachers, please pause the video and take a moment to do the enclosed germination lesson with your students. Soybeans are interesting because they are legumes. This means that under the right conditions, they can make their own nitrogen to grow. This is a process called nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation diffuses nitrogen from the atmosphere into the soil, where certain bacteria convert it into a form plants can use. Soybean roots eventually become infected with the bacteria, and a mutualistic relationship forms. The bacteria are able to thrive off the sugars created by the plants, and in return, the bacteria produce usable forms of nitrogen that help the plant grow. Once the soybean seed is planted, it takes approximately 100 days to reach maturity and is ready to harvest. In 2018, Louisiana farmers averaged 56 bushels of soybeans per acre, which equaled almost 65 million bushels of soybeans in total. A bushel of soybeans weighs about 60 pounds. This means that we produced 3.9 million pounds of soybeans in Louisiana in 2018, or approximately the weight of 300,000 grown elephants. So where do all these soybeans go? Louisiana soybean producers typically deliver their soybean crop by trucks to ports that are primarily located on the Mississippi River. At the ports, they are loaded on large cargo ships headed to their final destination. Many Louisiana soybeans make their way to China, Mexico, and the European Union. In 2018, Louisiana soybean production was valued at approximately $606 million. Once the soybeans are produced, harvested, and exported, they can be used in a variety of ways. Some of them are used to feed livestock, and some feed you. Soybean hulls, or the skins, are a highly digestible and nutrient-dense source of food for livestock. In the production of beef cattle, soybean hulls are used in all growth stages. Sheep and goats also eat soybean hulls in their feed. However, it is not as common as it is in the cattle industry. Soybean meal is another way soybeans are used to feed our livestock. Soybean meal is very high in protein and is the main protein source in the swine or pig industry and the poultry industry, which in Louisiana is mainly focused on chicken production. Soybean meal is the second highest ingredient in poultry feed behind corn. So now that we know how our livestock animals use soybeans, let's see how you can use soybeans at home in your diet. Soybeans can be found in a variety of foods. This includes tofu, soy nuts, edamame, and soy milk, just to name a few. Now let's take a minute and quiz our brains. 10 seconds. The timer begins True or false? Soybeans are a complete protein. True. Soybeans, in fact, are a complete protein. Soybeans are the only type of plant protein that provides all the essential amino acids your body needs. Therefore, it is considered a complete protein. Here's another quiz to test your brain. You have 10 seconds to answer this question. True or false? Soybeans are a part of the vegetable group and protein group. True. Soybeans are part of both the vegetable group and protein group. Because soybeans are considered a vegetable and a protein, this means they are packed with so many great nutrients, such as fiber, iron, potassium, protein, magnesium, and zinc. Now that we know all the good things soybeans contain, let's take a taste.
I'm Quincy Vadrine with the LSU Ag Center.
And I'm Cindy Upton with the LSU Ag Center.
Today we're talking about a very important Louisiana commodity, soybeans. Soybeans are grown throughout Louisiana and go in a different assortment of foods. Today we have some of those foods here to show you. First, we'll start up here with the tofu, which is very common in a lot of Asian dishes. It's made from soybeans, and it comes in different types of textures. So it depends on what type of dish you have it in. You might have a firm tofu or a medium firm, and then we also have, other different types. So we also have soy milk, which is very common as it has been around for a while and is pretty regular in some of our diets. There are different things made, like up here in the front, the tempeh. This is a fermented soybean product, and it's made into a cake. It has very much of a meat-like texture. We also have things like soy burgers, and some of you may have had these either at restaurants or maybe even at home. Miss Cindy, you want to tell us about the other products?
Absolutely. Quincy just spoke about tofu. Right here we have the texture is silken. The silken tofu is very good for dips or for smoothies. It just gives it that real creamy texture. We also have the silk dairy-free yogurt, which is a great dairy-free alternative if you enjoy yogurt. Yogurt dip, smoothie to use with granola for a parfait and so forth. Here's another meatless option, the soy meatballs that are also a delicious way to get your protein and with some soy products. And here we have the edamame. Edamame has become very popular in recent years. It's a great appetizer. It's full of protein. I know it's a great snack for kids. And here we have edamame, but with the shell already off.
That's the mukimame.
Mukimame. So that's a great soy product, a great protein, and an alternative for someone that wants a different kind of protein.
So this is what a soybean actually looks like. And soybeans, of course, comes from a plant, and soybeans are the only complete protein source from plants. So it makes it a really good, lean, healthy option.
As you can see, soybeans start in the fields across Louisiana and are used by both animals and humans. Who knew soybeans were so versatile? If you thought this was cool, you should definitely look into joining your local or school 4-H club. In 4-H, you can learn more about this and a whole lot more.